Welcome fans to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Kevin?
He's doing it all, DA. Thanks. And a great time to check out the power rankings. See how the teams are stacking up across the league. Take a look at the Lakers. They're still dominant, sitting at number 1 once again.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. And it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. And for Dallas, Jackson is the 3 and Porzingis at the 4. Luka Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Now here's Booker, drops it in from 11 feet.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Now here's Brunson, covered by Rubio. Doncic outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while, giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
And the first one at the line is good. Scouting reports very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically, player tendencies and team tendencies, how do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation. Now, here's Rubio. Cauley-Stein grabs the ball. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's deflected.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Over Saric, and it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Now, here's Rubio. Brunson covering. High, arcing shot, and the basket by Rubio.
Yeah, right over the top. Rubio surveying the situation. Just takes what the defense allows.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Kicks it to Doncic. The pass to Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Jackson. And here is Cauley-Stein. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And here's a look at some numbers for Ayton.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Now, here's Rubio. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Ayton against Cauley-Stein. Ayton kicks to Rubio. From downtown, Cauley-Stein grabs the ball. And the Mavericks with possession. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
And it could turn out to be one of their biggest wins of the season. I mean, just because of the way they came through when it mattered most. That's clutch play that could serve them well going forward.
Here's Ayton. After Luka Doncic's bucket, kicks it out to Rubio. Rubio can't get that one to fall.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, a main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Rubio with it.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ayton against Cauley-Stein. Ayton in the high post. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Goes up off the inbound, and he comes up with the deuce. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, how about the physical play by Rubio to set that shot up with the screen?
Doncic against Booker. Doncic kicks to Cauley-Stein. Passes it to Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Rubio, the pass to Booker. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Doncic, no good. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Dario Saric. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That is his first foul of the game. Porzingis against Saric. Jackson passes to Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Rubio. Brunson, good.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
The Suns trailing. Rubio taking his time here. Saric outside. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. The 3. Here's Ayton. It's rebounded by Brunson.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Doncic. No good. Shot missing. And Phoenix will come the other way. And Booker kicks to Rubio. At the elbow with Saric. Stolen by Jackson. Doncic outside. The baseline J. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's 8 points for Luka Doncic.
Well, I think this is exactly what the coaching staff wants from Doncic, guys. I mean, being aggressive and committed to scoring the ball, looking for his shot.
Suns trail by 4. Rubio outside. Basket counts.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Brunson the pass to Doncic. To the middle and stolen by Ayton. Saric outside. And they pick up 2. Saric has got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
Yeah, you know what? When he's driving the ball, Dario Saric is really good at taking the contact and then just playing through it.
Pass to Kleba. He kicks it to Jackson. Saric against Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Ayton. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he also made an impact on defense, guys. 3 block shots over the course of the game.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And there's Jackson on the assist by Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Well, Phoenix shooting 40% here in the early stages. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Justin Jackson. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Jerome. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at Dallas, their season filled with ups and downs, 10th right now in the conference. And checking out Phoenix, 3 games behind.
You know, right now, Dallas, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The shot by Powell, no good. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Here's Hardaway. After Mikal Bridges' bucket, Hardaway passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Here's Jerome. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And here is Kaminsky. The pass to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And how about that instant response? Don't try to throw down on his team. It just gets them fired up.
And that's the result. They launch an assault on the basket.
Kevin, Greg, I think the stakes just got raised a little bit.
Here's Wright. The Suns getting the bucket. Here's Powell, and Dallas again with the bucket.
Dwight Powell really showing continuing confidence in his inside game, and I think he's only going to get better down there.
Here's Booker. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
And here are the Suns now. The Mavericks making the shot. Diallo. Powell pulls it in.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution. Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Here's Kaminsky. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Those arms of Kaminsky go on forever, which helps them snag these second chance opportunities.
Right down low. He's guarded by Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist against Bridges. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Now Diallo. His last outing, he had 8 points. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Jerome. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. It's deflected.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Hardaway, no good. The Suns trailing. Here's Jerome. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Goes up on the block. In deep. Hardaway drops it in the basket. Here's Jerome. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Bridges against Kid Gilchrist. Booker looking around. Over Hardaway. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 6.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Right outside. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Powell is out there with Cauley-Stein. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Wright in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. The Mavericks leading. Here's Hardaway. He drains the turnaround jump shot. He has 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Hardaway has gone 3 for 4 here from the field. Jerome passes to Kaminsky. Here's Bridges. Kicks it to Booker. Lets it go from deep. They get it again. Here's Baines. Hits the jump hook.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. The Suns getting the bucket. Clock at 6. Hardaway. Open jump shot off the mark.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Bridges passes to Kaminsky. Fires from 14. That shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way to the left side wing. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Suns trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bridges against Kidd-Gilchrist. Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. That one, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
The D just kind of staying aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Baines finds Booker. A three-pointer, no good.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist following the miss by Frank Kaminsky. And the dunk by Powell.
And Powell is a tomahawk jammer. I mean, when he gets a head of steam behind him, he's ready to throw it down.
Suns trail by 8. Booker outside. Got a piece of it. Right side, Kidd-Gilchrist. And the dunk by Powell.
Got to give it up for Powell now. I mean, he excels at rising off the ground to punch home these alley-oops.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Booker outside. Over Hardaway. Phoenix no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 10. Throws it up high, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Here's Jerome. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And stolen by Wright. Deflects the pass. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Scooped up. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his second bucket tonight.
And given how big Kaminsky is, it's tough to knock him off balance. I mean, he does a really good job of maintaining his focus.
Pass to Powell. Six on the shot clock. Down low. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Misses off the left iron. Suns trail by 10. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Wright. Averaging 9 points per game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And the Suns call time here. Clark, if you were a coach on a team, what would you want to see from a guy by the end of his rookie season in the NBA?
You know, Kevin, I won't be specific because I think it's more general in my estimation. Owning his development, whatever that means, embracing how he's going to get better. If it's a particular area of the game, yes, but understanding the professionalism of work ethic and developing good habits and really owning that. That's what I would want to see.
Now, here's Bridges. Charge has the open look. Phoenix, no good that time either. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
And so here's Phoenix. The Mavericks making the shot. Rubio outside. Fires from 14. Here's Baines. The dish to Ayton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
An absolute beast inside. Love how Ayton uses his size to draw these fouls.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
The first one falls.
And the Mavericks seem to have done the hard part, acquiring a potential franchise player in Luka Doncic.
And you know, guys, we've seen it, but in this league, 1 star isn't enough. That's why I think the trade for Porzingis was a good gamble. If he can stay healthy, they have an inside-outside star combo to build on.
Ayton hits them both. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
Here is Rubio after Luka Doncic's bucket. Passes to Šarić. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Here's Jackson. And that one hits back iron. Suns trail by 12. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Bridges passes to Ayton. Out to Šarić. Lets the 3 fly. Buries the long-range jumper. Saric has got his third basket of the night.
Now that's confidence. Saric says, in Dario, I trust.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. Jackson passes to Porzingis. The feed now to Doncic. Bridges with the steal. Here's Rubio. He drains the quick shot. Rubio's got 6 points.
And this is exactly something Rubio did in Europe. Agile in the open floor. Able to generate points because of it.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
For Dallas, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Diallo, he's checked in for Phoenix. So he gets them both. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. 9-point game. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Ayton. It's tipped. They get it back. Here's Diallo. Out to Saric. Pass to Rubio. Now here's Bridges. 4 on the shot clock. Ayton up top. Tries yet again. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Just great awareness there from Ayton. Understands the game plan and reads the game so well.
Brunson. Count it. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here is Rubio following the score by Dallas. Now here's Diallo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Offline with his 3.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Jackson passes to Porzingis. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. The Suns 5th.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Now here's Rubio following the miss by Porzingis. The pass to Saric. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Brunson. Dallas leading by 9. Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
Now, here's Rubio. He has 6. And he banks in the layup. Rubio's got 8 points.
This is what Rubio gives you. Effort combined with skill. Able to finish through contact.
Here's Brunson, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for Phoenix.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. The ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those are things that I did pretty well.
Now Jackson after the missed three from Rubio. Yep, it counts.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Phoenix with the ball, following the score by Dallas. Diallo kicks to Oubre. Here's Ayton. Kleba with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Porzingis. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And then how about the block shots, guys? I mean, just overpowering on the defensive side. Really, he was the intimidator.
Bridges inside the three-point line. Money from the wing. Bridges has got 6. Mavericks leading by 9. Doncic with it. Bridges covering. The wide open look here for Porzingis, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Rubio following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Rubio outside, pass to Ayton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Jackson. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking. The tough shots aren't going down for him right now. But neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
And here's Booker from the arc. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Ricky. Bench has always been an issue here. When they produce like they did in the first half, how does that help you?
It's amazing. That means like we have a deep bench, and then a lot of work from the staff, from the everybody of the team, like doing extra work and winning games.
Trying to change the culture around here. Thanks, Ricky. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Straight out of Slovenia, Luka Doncic already exceeding expectations. Tremendous awareness and skill, just enough athleticism. Worked his magic again in the first half. This kid is incredible.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the 3 spot. Suns trail by 12. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Mavericks shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Rubio to the inside. Saric passes to Ayton. Passes it to Rubio. Clock at 4. Shoots over Brunson.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Rubio misses. Here's Doncic. Rejected by Booker. Here's Saric. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Porzingis. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around. But some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 15. Pass to Porzingis. Over Saric. The second effort. And here's Porzingis. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Booker finds Oubre. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Saric, right side. Right wing. The Suns need to get a shot off. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Now the pass to Porzingis. Over Saric, and it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Cauley Stein against Ayton. Feeds it to Sharp. Over Porzingis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And, you know, really, Sharic's skills are tailor-made for today's NBA. He's a big guy who does a little bit of everything at both ends, and he's a laser from that three-point line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls from Saric. Saric nails them both. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Doncic against Booker, and Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Dallas moving it around. Brunson kicks to Jackson. 6 to shoot. With the fadeaway. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year convo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
You know, so much hype around Ayton. Has that rare combination of NBA-ready body, productivity, and upside.
Ayton hits them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Saric. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Here's Oubre. Another shot. No good on that one. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. Mavericks leading by 9. Brunson with it. He has 6. Jackson passes to Brunson. Passes it to Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Suns have got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. And Rubio kicks to Oubre. To the paint. The shot by Saric, no good. Mavericks shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. To the inside. Porzingis passes to Jackson. Some solid defense from Ayton.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's Ayton. He's got 8. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Saric.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And Doncic, here we go. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Friday, they'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston. Then on Saturday, the Atlanta Hawks come into town. That will tip off a homestand for them.
And for the matchup with the Pacers, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And here's Oubre following the three-pointer from Dario Saric. And here's Booker from the arc. But they'll get another chance.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
Oubre kicks to Booker. Over Doncic. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Booker's got 8 points. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Brunson with it. Now guarded by Booker. Brunson, good. He's got 8.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Phoenix also making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. And it's Kaminsky in for Oubre. Now, here's Rubio. 8 points for him. Connects in the foul line jumper.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys. Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Suns trail by 6. Pass to Kaminsky. And here is Saric. He's got 13. Rubio outside. Back to Saric. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
The shot by Powell, no good. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Rubio misses. Mavericks leading by 6. Doncic passes to Powell. Here's Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
And that one falls for Cauley Stein. Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center. Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
The Suns have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Oh. Baines with the block. Saric looking around. He dishes it to Baines. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Down low, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Suns trail by 7. Doncic comes with the double team. And there's the pass to Jerome. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Diallo, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Doncic outside, inside, Cauley Stein. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Cauley Stein's got 5 points in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance
on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now here's Šorić, 15 points in the game. Here's Kaminsky. Phoenix no good that time either. Mavericks leading by 9. Powell finds Jackson. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Cauley-Stein's got 11 points.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
To the middle, here's Kaminsky. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Kaminsky's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Justin Jackson. And it's DeLon Wright in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Wright. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. Pass to Kleber. Takes a 3. That shot, no good. And Phoenix will come the other way.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Fast break, Dallas. Kidd-Gilchrist leading the charge. Kleber with the bucket.
You know, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist getting better at recognizing when his teammates are open. And if he continues to improve, he'll be more valuable as a teammate.
Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Here's Wright. The Suns getting the bucket. Clock at 6. Hardaway passes to Cauley-Stein. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
And that one falls for Cauley-Stein.
And what I like about Cauley-Stein is just how hard he plays. Really, both ends, a scrappy player.
Cauley-Stein hits them both. Suns trail by 9. Here's Jerome. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Šorić outside. That 3 off the mark. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. Now Bridges. He's got 6. Pass to Kaminsky. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Bridges.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Now here's Wright. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Hardaway passes to Cauley-Stein. Here's Kleber. He's guarded by Kaminsky. Here's Cauley-Stein. He's on target from 8 feet out. Cauley-Stein's got 11 points here in just the second half. 1:22 left in the third quarter. Booker against Wright. Booker with it. 8 points for him. Pass to Kaminsky. And here's Booker, guarded by Hardaway. Second chance shot. Good. Diallo's got his second bucket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Wright. No points in the game yet for him. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Booker kicks to Saric. The Mavericks pull it in. Hardaway passes to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Phoenix with the ball. Following the score by Dallas. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. No good from outside. Mavericks leading by 8. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Wright. Back to Kid Gilchrist. There's the pass to Kleba. Beyond the arc. That's tipped.
This is exactly what they want from Saric. I mean, more aggression on the defensive end, and he gets himself in position there and makes a play.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back to the action after this word. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Suns trail by 8. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then it's DeJuan Wright. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Kleba in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Aiden's specialties.
And Wright kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. He feeds it to Hardaway. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Booker. Oubre, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. Oubre's got himself on the board with 3 there.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
From the baseline. And Wright gets it to go on the assist from Kidd-Gilchrist. Kidd-Gilchrist has got his 6th assist on the night. And here is Bridges. Pass to Diallo. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Booker with no one around, and it's off from 3-point range.
And another miss. Whew, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Yeah, you know, the length and speed Kidd-Gilchrist has puts defenders in tough spots. Sometimes you just got to foul it.
Free throw drops for Kidd-Gilchrist.
Still plenty of room to get better. Kidd-Gilchrist doing his best to become an all-around player.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Ricky Rubio checked in for Phoenix. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. They trail by 7. Over Wright. Kicks it out to Rubio. Inside. Here's Diallo. Ayton, the pass to Diallo. Kicks it out to Booker. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now here's Brunson. Passes to Kleba. Here's Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Oubre. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find. How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Here's Kleba. Some solid defense from Ayton.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Dallas making a switch here. Doncic is checked in, and the Suns also making a change. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Shaq Diallo. The Suns have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Bounce pass, Rubio. And Baines kicks to Oubre. Pass to Ayton. Back to Oubre. Booker against Doncic. They get it back. And the pass to Rubio. Back to Baines. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. It's a tie ball game.
And not hard to see why they're on the bad end of this run. Just not doing the job on that defensive backboard.
Here's Porzingis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
Here's Rubio. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to Baines. Now here's Oubre. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And Doncic, here we go. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Well, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
Suns trail by 4. Now Rubio passes it to Baines. Oubre with it. Headed by Porzingis. Baines inside. He's against Porzingis. Porzingis with the block. They retain possession. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Brunson. And he's good on the 3-ball. And it's a 7-point Dallas lead.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
And Phoenix has possession after the Mavericks pick up 3. Pass to Ayton. Back to Rubio to end the run. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Doncic outside. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. 9 feet out. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Suns trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. Rubio outside. Back to Ayton. And there's the pass to Booker. And he gets it to go from the high post. Booker's got 7 points for the quarter. And so here is Dallas. Doncic outside. On the wing, Jackson puts up a 3. Phoenix grabs the miss.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now here's Brunson. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Porzingis passes to Brunson. Doncic outside. The three from Porzingis. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. And Phoenix also making a switch. Sharge is checked in. Now, here's Rubio. And Saric kicks to Booker. Ayton dishes to Booker. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Oh, that's a terrific pass. Ayton, with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
One shot.
And the Mavericks with possession here. They lead by 4. Doncic against Booker. To the inside. Porzingis. And it's in there.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. He kicks it to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Rubio the pass to Booker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Booker. Mavericks leading by 4. Brunson with it. Right side Porzingis. Tries from 10. Phoenix grabs the miss. Saric has got 4 rebounds in this game. In the corner, it's Oubre. His 3-pointers off the mark. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here. 80%. Here's Doncic. Here's Cauley-Stein. That one goes. Count it. Cauley-Stein's got 19 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
It's Jackson with the drive, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The first free throw is good. Bridges, he's checked in for Phoenix. And he makes both free throws. And the Suns call time. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Willie Cauley-Stein.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking with his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Now, here's Doncic, following the miss by DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Suns trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Rubio kicks to Booker. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Both free throws good from Booker. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And he's done the job here all day. Just continues to grab rebounds. What a game for him.
Yeah, you don't see many triple-doubles often. And I tell you what, his effort and efficiency really on point tonight.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And here's Brunson. Pass to Cauley-Stein. They double him with Booker. 6 to shoot. Here's Porzingis. And right on target. Good. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
And the Suns call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Suns trail by 8. Here's Booker. Doncic with the steal. Passes it to Brunson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Devin Booker. That one falls for Brunson. And so he hits both. Here's Booker. Out to the right wing. Rubio right side. Phoenix no good that time either.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Basket good. Jackson's got 4 this quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Suns trail by 12. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Booker the pass to Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
You know, once he's in the paint, Saric is ready to throw it down.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Brunson kicks to Jackson. Back to Brunson. Right side Porzingis. Over Saric. Again, the Mavericks score.
Boy, you look at Porzingis, this guy is very skilled, and you give him those kind of looks, he'll cash in all day long.
Now, Booker. .119 left in the fourth quarter. The 17-footer goes down. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Over in the quarter, Porzingis for 3. The shot, no good. And Phoenix will come the other way. Saric passes to Booker. There's 53 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The putback stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And so here is Dallas. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Porzingis finds Jackson. Off target from three-point range.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And Cauley Stein throws it down.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
For 3, Booker. Nice D from Doncic. Dishes it to Jackson. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat him down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.